Welcome to Board Gamers League 2015 Fall Season Finale, where we've had 16 finalists competing for 5 free board games. Today they're playing Formula D, a racing game that simulates F1 racing. It has specially crafted dice. Here's one of the 6 scare dice. What's unique here is that you can roll up to a 30, but the lowest you can roll on this is a 21. So they'll be racing fast and furious as they can go. We've already had our semifinal match. We're down to our final 6 players, and they're competing to be the Board Gamers League champion. It's a race to the finish. Let's introduce our players. Welcome.
Thank you.
Congratulations on making it to the finale.
Thanks, Joe.
Why don't you please give us your name?
I'm Matt Moriarty.
So Matt, this was your first season in Board Gamers League, correct?
That's correct.
And how was your experience this year?
It was pretty good. I enjoyed having a group to consistently, play games with, and it was just a lot of fun.
So what position are you going into this final race?
I've got the pole position, so I think that's the right term.
And you've already played one match of this game. Are you going to do anything different? What's your strategy?
I guess just push into corners and be the first one out of them. Hopefully that'll be enough to carry the day.
Thank you very much, and good luck to you.
Thank you.
Introducing our second player. Our youngest player in the field today, Nathaniel Stein.
Hi, I'm not sure what to say here.
That's all right. Why don't you come over here a little bit? I was just going to ask you a couple of questions about your season. You made it to the final. Is this your first final, or have you been in one before?
This is my first one.
And how was your play to get here? Was it a fun race for you, or was it?
It was pretty fun. I liked playing board games, so I don't know that it could not be fun. But yeah, it was enjoyable.
How excited were you when you won your semifinal game?
Pretty excited. Was a bit nervous, neck and neck with most of the other players. But yeah, I was pretty excited.
Nathaniel, thank you so much. Congratulations, and we'll look forward to watching you in the match. Here we have
Jordan Peters.
Jordan Peters is a returning league finalist. He won Board Gamers League last season, our spring season, and in third position here. 2 seasons, 2 first place rankings on the leaderboard, and it's your second finale. Are you a game master, a game freak? What do you call yourself?
I don't know. I just like games. It's fine.
Now, there was one game in particular that you had mentioned during your season, Castle Panic, and you said some different things happened there. Just give us a little flavor of the league and how that game went for you, the experience you have when you play.
Well, in that game, you put in like 3 of these little mini bosses into a bag, and then you pull them out, and you get monsters, and then eventually some mini bosses show up. And we got all 3 in our first 3 turns, and that was great. And we ended up winning, and that was exciting. But it was just terrible the entire time. But we were all having fun, so it didn't matter.
Well, Jordan, thank you very much, and good luck to you in the finale.
Thank you. Where should I go?
Either way, whichever way you like. We have another returning finalist. This is
Matt Jung.
Matt Jung was also played Marvel Dice Masters in the spring season finale, and now he's here to try and take the title away from Jordan. Is he your biggest competition, or what do you think about this field?
Yeah, Jordan's always tough, and the people in the front row obviously have an advantage.
Are you going to do anything special techniques coming back from your position to try to get out in front early?
Not really, no.
Just roll some dice.
Yeah, just roll.
Matt, thank you very much, and good luck to you. Welcome. Thanks for being a finalist in Board Gamers League. Let's tell the audience your name.
I'm Daniel Simon.
Daniel Simon, is this your first season in the league?
Yep, it's my first season.
And how'd you find it this year?
By pure accident, just found it in the other room, literally in the very same con 6 months ago.
How was your play, your experience? Did you enjoy your time?
Yeah, pretty fun. It's unique. I like doing cons, conventions, and finding one specifically tuned to board games was pretty interesting.
Now tell me about your run to getting to the finale. Did you feel like you were going to make it? Were you stressing out in the middle of the season?
Well, it was really casual at our group. People had to kept switching schedules, so we really didn't pay any attention to it till about second to last game, and that's when I noticed I had pretty good chances.
Well, you've been doing fantastic so far. Thank you very much, and good luck into the finale, Daniel. And we have our final position in the Board Gamers League finale. Welcome to the show, our one female contestant in the finale. Board Gamers League in our semifinale, we had a great mix of male and female players, but you are representing all the ladies here at Board Gamers League.
I am.
And tell us your name, please.
Sandra Vidal.
And how was your season at Board Gamers League?
It was fantastic. It was awesome.
Now, you're behind. You're in sixth position here, so you're in the last position coming out of the polls. How does that make you feel, and what are you going to do to change that?
All that means is I'm going to stay out of the way of the collisions, and then I'm going to just swerve ahead and go through all the smoke and go into first place.
Well, thank you very much, Sandra. Good luck to you in the finale. A special place in my heart, as this is actually my wife. Good luck to her on a personal note, but I hope everybody wins. Give her a kiss. All right, let's get to the gameplay. We're going to cross the finish line, and whoever does that will be the Board Gamers League's fall season champion. Matt, we're set. Come on up. Welcome to Board Gamers League. This is our very first turn in our fall season finale. Matt is in the pole position. Matt, what would you like to roll?
I think first I have to roll for the start, so we'll check. I've got a good start. So then I'm stuck in first gear for the first round. And I'll place my marker.
Mm-hmm. You don't have to worry about talking through it.
Okay.
I'll narrate for you.
All right. And we got...
So Matt hits a good roll right on the first one. Max is out first gear with a 2. Hello, Nathaniel. So they're rolling the black die on the start. If they roll a 1, they'll have a bad start. If they roll a 20, they'll have a great start. Anything in between is a regular start, and they'll roll their normal yellow die. Thank you. Perfect. Come on around. You just can go right behind me. So you might notice the players using the little sun chip. So that just marks their car for them. You can come on up, Jordan. The sun chip just marks their car for them so that they can start moving around the board and figuring out exactly what they want to do on their roll. So he's going to start with the black die again and see if he has a great, bad, or... Oh, he misses! It's so nerve-wracking here, folks.
It's smaller than the other thing. Like, okay, so that's like a good start. That's good. Everything's good. Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah.
Jordan Peters maxes it out with a 2 roll.
Back there. And I shall be ready.
We have Matt for his first roll. Check on his start. A 2, what a way. He almost had a stall. In the semifinal round, Matt actually stalled his car, but was able to come back to make it to the finale. So Daniel rolling the black die to see about his start. Rolls a 15. So he's in the clear to roll his first gear die. Gets a 1, and he's off and moving. And we have the final roll of our opening round. A 10, she's in the clear. And she'll get to roll her yellow die. Get that out of the way for you. She rolls a 1, and the race is underway. All 6 players successfully starting their cars. Sandra, notably, actually also had a stall. So 2 players of our 16 last round had a stall. Both of them made it, and but no stalls here in this round. And we're ready to go for the second round.
I'd like to shift into second gear.
Okay, Matt's going to shift into second gear. Some things you might notice on the board as the players play. There's several corners around the board, and they're marked with large numerals in a yellow box, a 1, a 2, or a 3. One of the things that the players have to navigate as they play the game is how to get in and out of a corner. So when they go into that corner, their car has to stop the number of times. The car has to stop the number of times that's in the yellow box inside that corner. So they can't just be in 6th gear and blast through a corner. We're approaching our first corner, so you're going to start to see these players do that. When they enter the corner, we have a stop sign with a B for the Board Gamers League on it that they'll receive, and when they complete the number of stops, then they know they're clear to roll out of the corner. They do have the ability to go out of a corner, but at that point it starts wearing on their tire damage. If you can see one of the boxes here, they have a certain amount of tire damage, and every time they blow through a corner without making the complete number of stops, it wears on that tire damage, and they can possibly lose the game if they lose too much of their tires. Everybody's gearing up to gear 2. And a 4. So we got 2 cars that have come close together. Whenever that happens, there's a chance for body damage. If they roll a 1 on this black dice, on the danger die, no damage. They roll a 1 on that black die, they're going to take a damage. They only have 2 damage points they can take. 3 damage points they can take on their body. So it can be something that they have to watch throughout the game. But right now at the start, everybody's in the clear and no damage. Shifting second gear. One thing that'll be interesting coming into the first turn is you're going to notice the players in the front versus the players in the back, what they do with their gearbox. The players in the front are going to be entering that turn. They may not want to shift up. They might stay in that same gear, while the players in the back, Sandra rolls a 4 maximum roll on that die, while the players in the back may need to go into that next higher gear and try to reach that turn faster. So we have our first overtaking on the second round. You can see these cars are tied in position. When that happens, the one that's going into the next turn is actually in the lead. So Sandra has just moved from 6th place into 5th place, and will be rolling in that 5th position on her next roll. Here's Matt, first one to be able to end the turn. What gear are you going to go with there?
I'd like to move up to 3rd.
3rd gear, he has a possibility to roll an 8. He could roll out of the corner. He rolls a 7. So he's going to stay on the high side use the die to the maximum. He's got his stop for being in the turn, and you'll see that with the red board gamer stop on the next time around. So he made the turn, perfect roll, maximize his roll, and will take no tire damage coming out of that turn. What gear would you like to be in? And we have another 7. Excellent roll. You guys feel welcome to sit and enjoy some chips if you'd like to. Nice roll, Nathaniel. He chose to take the inside track, and we'll try to shorten his distance through that corner.
Thank you.
Jordan rolls a 6, so he'll make his first stop in the corner. And it's just going to be about what he wants as positioning for when he comes out of that corner.
Yeah, we're just gonna run into you again.
Okay, thanks.
We have a danger die roll.
The same people.
Danger!
Okay. No more danger.
Get your stop.
Same exact people.
So there was no damage there. Matt's going into the third gear as well. And a 7. Looks like he'll make the corner, but he can't be in the inside of the turn, otherwise he would run into one of the other cars. We do have a danger roll. Danger.
Danger. That was.
For a danger die, it really doesn't. It isn't that dangerous, I must say. Rarely does anything.
Sandra choosing to go up to third gear. You want to do your chip. And then here's your third gear die.
Thank you, kind sir.
Now she can roll, if she gets a max roll 8 here, I'm not so sure she'll make the corner. But she rolled that 8, and let's see if she makes it in. If she doesn't make it in, it just means that on her next roll, she's going to have to either choose to downshift to try and make that corner, or if she flies through the corner, she could be taking a lot of tire damage. So she's picking her placement carefully here because she's got that next roll. That's going to be critical. So she chose to go the high side, give herself some room when she goes into that turn to maybe either stay in her gear and not have to shift down, or risk shifting up and just coming out of that turn slightly. Third gear. We have a 6 on the die. It's gonna snuggle up right behind our player Sandra. They're gonna roll the danger die, a 14. He's safe. Sandra, a 17. No body damage. So a lot of the players that we have played in our Board Gamers League last season, one of our new players is Matt. And the Formula D racetrack that we're racing on is the Monaco racetrack. This is in the actual track, the Monaco Grand Prix, that we play it here in a board game style. Kind of pretend that we are those F1 racers trying to make those decisions, how to go into the turn, how to come out of the turn, what gear should I be in?
It might hurt you later on. It is pretty. We only got 3 turns, but
can see Matt clearly trying to plan his next move. Really thinking, I'm in 4th gear here. If I'm in 4th gear and where I end, you know, am I going to stay in 4th gear? Am I going to move up? How's that going to affect me on my next roll? Daniel coming up. He's moved into 5th from 6th. He is going with the big die, the 5th gear. He rolls a 17. He's going to shoot through the board. The casino turn has on the wide end a 10 run, so he has a good shot to be able to make the turn. But he is considering overshooting it. So he's in the turn, he has a stop, he's in 5th gear. We'll see what he does coming out of that turn. Sandra, what gear would you like to go to? She also is going to go into 5th gear. These players ramping up, trying to catch up. And they're pressing their gears and their ability to make these turns as they do that. So she's safely into the turn. She's retaken 5th position, and she has her stop. And I can't wait to see what they choose to do coming out of that 5th gear. They do have an option on their gear, on their box, to choose to downshift 2 gears or more. It does do damage to their gear shifter, so it can be a limited amount of times they can do that, but it is an option that they do have to try to get to a lower die roll.
I think I'd like to maintain 4th.
All right. Matt is sticking in 4th. He's clear of the corner. He is coming up on Marabou. Oh, here it is.
Oh, sorry.
Rolls a 7. I think that's going to take him right into the corner. By 1, folks. He makes it in by 1.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay. I will also stay in 4th gear.
Okay, Jordan's going to stay in 4th gear. He wants to imitate what Matt does. He has a little bit longer to go, so he needs, looks like an 8 or a 9 to make it in. So he needs 9 or 10 gets him in. 11 or 12 is an overshoot.
Well, I guess I can move around and not overshoot, but we'll see.
He rolls the 8. Ooh, not the roll he was looking for. He is not going to be able to make that turn on this roll, which means he's going to have to find a way to get the stop out of the second roll. You see him choose to go to the high side of the board, so he has 6 more spaces on the outside of that turn. These drivers are keeping those cars running hot. They've been pushing that 5th gear and that 4th gear. And so far, they've gotten the rolls they've needed. This is probably the first real test that Jordan's faced. Okay.
I'm staying in 3rd gear.
Okay, so Nathaniel stays in 3rd gear. He's trying to save his tires for the end of the game. He rolls a 6, the best roll he could get. He completes the stop in the turn, gets his maximum die roll. He's going to be free to come out of that and chase down our 2 leaders in 1st and 2nd position. Daniel is quietly picking up places. He's in 4th now, with his eyes on third place.
I think I'm using gearbox downshifting too.
So he's going to take 1 gearbox damage. It means he gets to downshift 1 extra gear, so he can use that third gear die. He rolls an 8, the maximum roll that he could do. We have a danger roll, but an 11 and a 19. No damage, no collision. These drivers are as careful as they are calculating on their gearboxes. And now we have Sandra, who's moved back into 5th position. No, he didn't get it because he was coming out of that corner. Okay. So one thing to note on that roll is Daniel does not have a stop. So on his next roll, the red car, not Sandra, but he's going to rolling out of that corner, and however far he rolls out, that's tire damage. He might have to drop another gearbox. Sandra drops a gearbox as well. She's on that red die. She's going to try to roll low, actually, in a way. She rolls a 4. And that might be too low where she doesn't get out of the corner. If that is the case, that is the case. So she rolls a 4. She's not out of the corner, which means going into the next corner from that position won't be a stop. Not the roll that she was looking for there, but she will be able to try and navigate that on her next time around. Sandra, your stop is clear. Clear out of that one. All right, Matt is going to move to 3rd gear. He's got a chance to overtake 5th position. Rolls a 5. Great roll, just enough to get him into 5th position out of the corner so he can get a stop in the casino. Excellent roll. And now we come back to the front end of our board.
I think I'd like to shift down to 3rd.
All right, so Matt, with already completed his stop, he's making his way out of that corner. You can see a choice to downshift because he's trying to stop before the next corner. Not sure that he's done it here. He rolled an 8 on that red-sided die. He maxed that die out. And he is into the next corner. Not what he was looking for, because that is not a stop. So he'll have to roll his next die to get his first stop. Jordan?
I will downshift to 3rd.
He's downshifting to 3rd to try to get a stop on this die roll. Rolls an 8. So again, a high roll on that red die. Wasn't exactly what he was looking for because it pulls him out of the corner. He uses 2 more tires. And now we have our second.
That was just me rolling an 8. Like was just kind of like I knew rolling a 7 or an 8 was what I wanted, but I would rather have had a 7. But it's fine. I'm further ahead now. It's fine.
All right, staying in 3rd. 8.
8. So we've had 3 3rd gear and 3 8 rolls.
Sorry, I left the marker.
Not bad. Not a stop, but not bad.
So he's into Marabou without a stop, which just means that he'll either have to time it so he comes out, take minimal tire damage, or shift down to a lower gear to try to get that stop before he comes out. I believe Daniel's up next, right?
Shifting down to 2.
Shifting down to 2nd gear. So he's going slow and steady. Slow and steady wins the race, some say. We're going to find out. So that roll, you notice he didn't have a stop in his board. He dropped down that gearbox to minimize as much tire damage as he could do, and he comes out of there with just 2 tire damage.
third.
Matt hasn't lost any tires in third gear. This will be a stop for him if he makes the turn, or if he shortens himself and comes out, may lose a tire. Makes the turn. We think. What's he choose? Yes. Makes the turn, no tire damage. So he's going to be carrying the back half of the game. Some of these turns get a little wily. So there's going to be an advantage there. Is it going to be enough for these guys to catch up, or are our front cars getting a lead that's insurmountable? Sandra goes into second gear as well. Gets a 4, which is a great roll on that second gear for her to try to at least keep the dice moving as she's downshifting. So if the car goes into the turn, you will have to make another stop, or as many as you come out will be tire damage. So she doesn't have a stop on that. That was the one downside of that roll, but depending on what she chooses her gear, she's got about 5 spaces that she can roll out of before she starts taking tire damage.
Again, I'll be downshifting.
All right. So we're down into second gear. You can see these cars are facing these large corners. They're starting to have to shift down to be able to make these tight turns, make it out of that turn. That would be what you might consider about halfway through the game.
Going to downshift.
So he downshifts to second gear. He misses the box. It is a
There we go. That's awesome.
He rolls a 2.
Yeah, 1,
2,
and 2.
just enough to make it into the turn. Gets his first stop. He's got 2 more to go, and maybe he can make it out of his first turn without taking tire damage. We'll see.
We'll see. That's asking a lot.
Nathaniel Sane in third. Rolls the 8. So this is not, he hasn't had a stop. He rolls the 8. He is going to take some tire damage here. Let's see what he does. You guys, we have some chips and stuff here if you want. You're welcome to them. So the max in that turn is a 6. So the max he can get out is 5. So the minimum damage he can take is 3. He could choose to shorten that turn and take more tire damage.
Well, that's disappointing, to say the least, but...
So he takes 3 tire damage. The good news is he's out of that turn, and he's not into the next turn, so his next roll is a stop for him. A little bit of technical difficulties. While those are going on, I'll just introduce some of our crew that we have here. Working the camera today is Troy Warwick. Our judge today is Jim Swift. He's also the designer of the game Decatur. Okay.
Shifting to third.
We got to shift to third. This is our current 4th position driver, trying to make up some ground. That third gear is a 4 to 8 die. He could get into the turn depending on what he rolls. He rolls a 6. He's going to miss the turn by 1. Close, close. Matt's turning in a stop. He's completed all his stops for this turn. He's free to roll. He's in third gear currently. He rolls a 7. He does have to stay in his lane, which is most likely one of the reasons he didn't upshift. He does have the choice to go down one lane because the turn has an arrow to down the next lane. So there is a danger roll. Danger roll. You got a 9, no damage. And we have a 1. So there was damage on this danger roll. Danger. So that will leave for the players that are behind Daniel. If they go over that spot in the track, they will actually have to roll to take some damage. That's 1 body point. It is possible to take enough damage to be out of the game. Sandra's choosing her gear carefully here. She doesn't have that stop. She doesn't want to get too far behind, but she doesn't want to take too much tire damage. She does have all 6 of her tires currently. She's going into 3rd gear. This is going to be a great roll to watch. She has a maximum roll of 6. She's 1 space in that turn, so she's got 5 spaces. Anything after 5, she starts to take tire damage. She rolls a 4. So she's not taking any tire damage. And what a great roll to be able to stay in 3rd gear. It gives her the option to try to ramp it up in the next turn and to make up some space, because she can go up just only 1 gear per turn, as all the players. The only time you can use the gearbox to jump gears is if you're downshifting. All right, and we're back at the front of our board. So Matt's got 1 stop. He's got 2 stops to go. The total amount of spaces a player could go if they went the longest route possible is 18. He's only into the turn about 3 spaces. 4. So he should have 14 spots that he could possibly get through. He stays in 2nd gear. Rolls a 4. So you notice he went the long route in that 2nd gear.
And I get a 2nd stop.
Gets his 2nd stop. That is going to pose problems for our next roller. So you notice a tie. Nathaniel's on the inside of the turn, but
Downshifting to 2nd.
but he is on an arrow, which means he can't get around the car in front of him. So he's got to choose what he's going to roll here. You have to be in 4th gear to slipstream. The question was, can you slipstream? If you're in 4th gear and the car in front of you is in 4th gear, you have a chance at slipstream. It wouldn't apply here as they're in a lower gear. He's going to have the choice here. Does he want to drop a gearbox and go all the way into 1st gear and then have to work out a 1st gear? Or does he want to use up his brakes? Your brakes are right there. He has 3 brakes that he can use. If you rolled a 4, we'll have to let you add it up. I won't tell him, but he's got 1 space to go into, and then he's got 3 possible brakes that he could use, but that would end his brakes. And then if he ran into somebody another time, his car would blow up, and that would be the end of his race.
I'm gonna have to go into 2nd gear.
So he's going to go into 2nd gear. He chooses not to down. Oh, that's a reroll. In the box. 3.
Danger.
Yep. So he lost 2 brakes. Lucky break for him rolling out of the box. He pulls a Jordan move. And now they do have a danger roll because they're close.
6.
I'm right here. I'm behind you.
No bumping in that corner. They're just slow, safe drivers here.
Says the guy who intentionally ran.
We don't talk about that.
Now Jordan's got the outside of the track. He does have one stop already. We got some interesting things developing here. We've got at least 3 players that are through half of their tires. We're not quite through half of the game. We got 1 player that's down to his last break point. We got a lot of room left in the gearbox, so there can be a lot of drop shifting at the end of this game without too much risk there. George's living on the edge. He goes to 3rd gear. He could possibly take over the pole position here. He rolls a 7. This could be for the lead. And Jordan Peters currently is going to check his numbers, make sure that's where he wants to be. But he is pulling out the front. We have a change at the front of the board. And he is currently in first position.
Yeah, I think here's where I want to be. Also, danger!
Danger roll.
Danger. No danger. No danger. Sad day.
Safe. Safe is a spring chicken in a barn.
You don't have to roll for danger. I didn't danger you.
Okay, and so our 4th position driver is coming up. They're 1 turn behind the leaders. Time for them to make their moves, try to catch up before we get to our giant runway, staying in 3rd gear. Rolls a 7. That's going to carry him out of the corner. It's just a question of how far he wants. He takes the longest route, takes 1 damage. He's past his corner and ready to try to catch up to the leaders.
Quick rules clarification. If I go through that spot
You roll for damage.
and it's a 1 to 4, or is it a 1?
I believe it's a 1 through 4. Yes, it's definitely a 1 through 4, but
damage is it?
we can check with Jim. It will be your springs, your shocks. Shocks only have 2. The question was, will he take damage if he goes over that damage part of the track? If they drive over that space, this red space, they have to roll the danger die. If they roll a 1 through 4, they take damage to their shocks. They only have 2 shock damages possible to take in the game. So it is something to consider. He rolls a 4. His initial leading is going to make that corner or try to burn through it. We are back to the front of the end and back to Jordan.
I will be staying in 3rd gear. Are you gonna? Yeah. Okay.
I'll hand that to you.
Thank you. Let's see if I can make it this time. Okay, made it. Okay.
Whew. And the crowd breathes a sigh of relief as the dice goes into the box.
So I can do here, or I can use a brake or a tire. I'm just like overshooting everything by 1. This is actually great.
So you could hear Jordan there, or if not, he says he's overshooting everything by 1. So he's wearing out those tires. He's considering to use a brake point here instead of another tire point. Try to save his tires. See what he decides.
Yeah, I think that I will use.
Tough decision. You only have so many brakes.
I think I'm going to use the brake.
He uses the brakes. He saves his tires. He wants to have tires going into our turns coming up. De La Piscina, La Rasques. But he did complete his 3rd stop, and he will be rolling as fast as he wants coming out of the next turn.
I'd like to shift up to 3rd.
Okay, we're shifting up to 3rd. You want to mark your car? Where are you, sir? A 7. High end of the die roll. He's got his 2 stops, so he's going to try to cut the board as much as he can.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6,
Danger roll. Danger roll.
Will Robinson?
Why can these people not hit the box?
There's danger unrolling inside this box. That was your third stop. No damage was taken. A danger roll, but they were able to navigate away from the danger.
I'm gonna shift up into third.
Shifting up into third.
And it could be risky.
Yeah, you are.
Rolls a 6. Nathaniel's really pleased with his roll. He's only got one stop, so he does have to consider what he's going to do with this next roll. See him counting the spaces. He's trying to figure out what gear he wants to be in on that second roll. Can he upshift to the 4th gear and get rolling high? Will he have to stay in third? Will he have to downshift? All right, so he takes the long side of the track, trying to give himself extra room to roll.
Staying in third.
Staying in third gear. Daniel is just entering the corner. So he takes the high side, giving himself a lot of options. He's got his first stop coming into the turn.
We'll shift down into second.
Matt shifts into second. Hits a 3. He's looking to get out of the turn before entering the next turn so that he can set himself up for a good run and to complete his 3 stops.
Is that a dinosaur? Oh, I didn't see him. Oh, you're good. You're good.
This is one of our players, Dustin, saying hi. How are you doing, Dustin?
Good.
He's here to cheer on his fellow players. And he's wondering how to get himself into the finale for next season. Sandra's outside of this turn. She's going to go into third gear. She has a chance to overshoot this corner. She will overshoot, whether she goes the longest route she can go or the shortest route. It'll just be more of a question of where she wants to finish and how much tire damage she'll take. So it's 2 tire damage. She's snuggling up to 5th position again, making ground back, but that will bring up a danger die roll. 11, she's in the clear. Now 14, neither player takes damage. And we're back to the front end of the race. Jordan coming out
Leave them all
of
in the dust.
coming out of Marabou. He will take
Oh yeah, I'm taking the 4th gear.
Fourth gear.
Always 4th gear. Time to for some slipstreams. 10.
it's a 10. A 10. You'll notice the gray on the board. That is representing the tunnel on the track. It does not affect any of the players' gameplay or the rules. Just to mimic the real-life tunnel that's on the track visually. Monaco is actually a sovereign nation, and it's got the oldest ruling family in Europe. Okay, so Matt's completed all his stops. He says time to slipstream. What they're talking about there is when the players are both in 4th gear, if he rolls a natural number to put himself right behind Jordan's car, he can actually slipstream and gain 4 extra spaces. He rolls a 12. He's shaking his head because he really wanted the slipstream, while at the same time he's going ahead. Folks, we have a battle between first and second. Danger, time for danger.
Have we ever had anyone taken any danger damage?
Had one danger damage so far. Oh, we lost our danger on the tracks, though, somehow. The danger came off. We'll put that on there for good record keeping.
All right.
He rolls a 3, down shifts. That's going to cost him coming out of that turn because he's going to be in a lower gear. But I think he's most concerned about his tires as he's already halfway through those. He completes his third stop. He'll be able to start up shifting and try to get himself down the rest of the track on his next roll. Staying in third. He's got his first stop. He needs 2 more. Welcome to watch if you like something. And there's also some chips and things there if you're hungry. He rolls a 7. High side of that die. He might have been looking for a little less, but with the amount of spaces he has left, he probably can stay in third. Maybe can take the chance on jumping up to 4th gear. And here comes Matt. He's going to stay in 2nd gear, coming in to the Lowe's turn. Just considering how long the turn is, this corner, if he did the maximum amount of spaces, would be 18. So after he counts and sees that, he thinks 3rd gear, he can afford to get in a higher gear and roll around. He rolls a 6, middle of the die. Matt is pressing to take over the 4th position with that roll. Now we have Sandra. She's in the back of the pack, battling it out for that 5th position. The 5th and 6th has gone back and forth. She's choosing to stay in 3rd gear. She rolls a 6 as well. It's going to be interesting because she can elect to go the short side of the tracks, and she actually might be able to take over 5th position again. But then, of course, she'll have a shorter turn, and she'll have to deal with tires and stops. This is going to be 1 stop for her, so we'll get her 1 stop out of the 3 that she needs. She takes the short side of this track. She takes over 5th position, and she is knocking on the door of 4th. There's a danger roll. Ooh, 3. And Daniel, who's only taken the 1 danger so far, is rolling viciously close to his 2nd danger, but he is clear. And we are back to the front of our leaderboard. And see how far the damage can get around the turn.
Gotta shift to 5th.
It's not going anywhere. Okay, so we have a shift up, folks, to 5th gear. This is a big die roll. The lowest he can roll is 11. The highest he can roll is 20. Oh, he rolls the 11. Oh. Not what he was looking for at all. He's got a smirk on his face, folks. You know he was hoping for more on that one.
It's not terrible, but it's not great. But I'll just roll an 11 too. It'll be fine.
Jordan is going also up to that 5th. He's got that 11 through 20. Curious as to whether he's hoping on the inside to roll an 11 and slipstream or a 20 and blow by.
I'd rather just blow by. It'd be fine.
He rolls an 18. The battle for first position rages on. This is our 5th lead change for that first position roll. So Jordan now is taking over first position. He's gotten a little bit of a gap here. And is he going to make into the turn? If he makes it into the turn, folks, that'd be a really exciting roll for him because that would clear that turn. That would be a stop, and he could just blast off for the next turn. How close is he? How close is... Oh, one space away. Oh.
Oh, man.
Yeah, so I will stop there.
Okay. Jordan rolls that 18, gets himself into first position, way out in the lead, but he will face that corner from 5th gear. So a challenge for him. Okay, we're going up into 3rd gear. We've got 3 stops. He's clear to start charging down the track. He gets the 8, maximizes his roll. Thank you. And then will you go just around me? Thanks a lot. Okay. Daniel's staying in 3rd. He's holding on to 4th position right now. It's a battle as Sandra approaches. He's already got 2 stops, so he can cut this corner and start exiting, as this will be his 3rd stop. He has it. He's complete. He's taking the short side of the track, and he will be able to upshift coming out of lows. Now we have Sandra, moved into 5th position on the last roll. The difference is she only has 1 stop, whereas we saw Daniel already had 2. So she's just picking up her 2nd stop here. It's going to be an interesting roll. Is she going to try to overtake? Is she going to try to stay close? Is she going to roll high and blow some tires? She can't, folks, come out of the turn yet. You've got to only be within 1. This turn is a 3-stop turn. You've got to be at least in with 1, so she's got to complete 2 stops. She actually downshifts. She completes her 2nd stop. If she would have come out of that turn without getting at least 2 stops, she would have ended her game, as it's too wild coming out of the turn. Car loses control and out of the game. So she stays tight on him. She's in her second spot. There's going to be a danger roll. Cars can take damage here. Nope, she's safe. Daniel, avoids his 2nd damage on his car.
I will stay in 3rd.
Matt's going to stay in 3rd. Sure. He rolls a 5. He's got his 2nd stop, so he can exit the turn on the next roll, and it would just be tire damage at this point. Hi, how are you doing? Short pause as we change the batteries, guys. Good, Ed. How are you doing?
Pretty good.
Yeah, you guys are busy, huh? So you guys are busy.
Yeah, crazy busy.
Great.
I see you got our banner covered up a little.
Just only for this, we had it tucked in the corner, and as soon as we're done, I'll move it back.
Okay, that'll work.
Yeah,
then.
no,
Thanks.
I
All right.
kept it all off to the side.
How late are you guys here tonight?
We're gonna be finished up with this about 6:37, and we might stick around. I'm not sure.
Okay,
Depends
well,
on how I feel because I've been here all day, but I might be here for another
Yeah,
few hours.
I'm ready for a nap, but
Yeah.
we're gonna go get some food, and then when we come back, if you're here, I'll say hi again.
Okay, that sounds good.
Take
And I'll
care.
get this out of the way as soon as our match is
No
over.
worries, Ed.
Thanks, Ed.
Okay, ready?
I have one right in this bag.
No, that seems really bad. Hey, at least I'm not doing. Hey, last time I did it in fifth gear. But now it's bad. I'm not doing that. I was in there and then in fifth gear, get to the other one on my way. That doesn't count. Stop. Not doing that one.
Okay, we're ready? Okay, we're ready. We can resume. When you're ready, Matt. Or Jordan, excuse me.
Hello.
Hello?
I am downshifting because otherwise I will burn.
All right,
I do like danger, but not that much danger.
he's in fourth gear. 7 to 12. The maximum on the green is a 9 on that turn, which means that's the maximum spaces he could do through that turn is 9. He rolls an 8. Should be safe to make the turn. He's just going to decide on where he wants to be. Some of the games the players faced this season in the Board Gamers League, we had Castle Panic with the Wizard Tower expansion, Star Wars Imperial Assault, Takenoko. They face 10 games through the whole season, and they play 10 different genres. So for them to be here means that they were winning board games in every single genre that there is, and trying to show that they're some of the best players in board gaming. So amazingly, Jordan decides not to finish in the corner. He probably wants to set up for the next corner, but that is a tire damage for him. He's down to 2 tires. So he's going to be going into the end of this race severely limited by what he can do on those turns. Matt is deciding, it looks like he's considering staying 5th gear.
That I am.
He's got about 9 spaces in the turn, and then about 8 spaces before the turn. So let's say close to maybe 18 spaces.
There's a 30% chance this isn't going to work out for me, so let's do it.
He's rolling. 18. That is going to be close, folks. Here you go. Here's your marker. 18. This is going to be interesting. Jordan has that short spot, so I don't know if he's going to be able to make it out of the turn. He'd probably prefer to make it out of the turn, actually, and take 1 tire damage as opposed to ending in the turn and then having to roll out with a high-sided gear. So this is going to be a really interesting maneuver. Let's see if he can pull it off.
One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. I sworn that was supposed to be. Oh, I'm at 20, or 21. Okay, so that's yeah, so I'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I'll spend a tire and a brake to stop at this point.
17. So probably an excellent roll as far as getting out of that turn and not having to roll high from that turn. But he too is down to 2 tires now. He also used a brake. So first and second are having a titanic battle. The big question is whether they're going to be able to survive all the way to the end of this race. We're going to find out as Board Gamers League finale continues. Now let's turn our attention to Nathaniel in third. He's turning up the heat, turning it up to 4th gear. 12. And on what they can do, they're going to have to watch their tires. And will that be enough for these players on the back end?
Going to 4th gear.
Going to 4th gear. Will that be enough for these players on the back end as they go through those turns slowly to make sure that they don't go out of the game for these guys to be able to catch up? Daniel rolls a 9. So he's on the path to try to take over 3rd position. Folks, remember, not only are these players playing to become the Board Gamers League champion and one of the best board gamers in all the league, but there are prizes on the line here. First place prize is a grand prize of 5 free board games. We have Formula Day, Decatur, Smash Up, Medieval Academy, and Citadels as our games that are going out as the grand prize. How you guys? So Sandra's with 2 stops. She can come out of that turn now and not blow up. Or she might try to get her 3rd stop and save some tires. So she's staying in 2nd gear. She rolls a 3. She will make it. She can make the stop in that turn. She saves all her tires. She's got her 3rd stop. And next rolls, she'll be ramping up, trying to catch those players that are in front of her. Matt's got 2 stops. He stays in 3rd. He rolls an 8. It's going to be a catch-up roll for him, and he's got all the stops completed, so he'll be rolling into higher gears as he goes forward. Is it going to be enough to catch Sandra? Yes, it looks like it. Let's see his final count. But he might be overtaking, might be coming into 5th position. All these positions are important, folks, because the game's going to tighten up around those back corners. And if they can get themselves in these 5th and 4th positions, they might be able to reach out and grab 1st or 2nd. So he's going to take 2 tire damage. He's out of the corner in 3rd gear. So all of our players now have rounded that halfway point. We're back to the front end of our leaderboard where we had our 6 position change from 1st to 2nd. Matt has currently found himself back in 1st position. He is in 5th gear. Shifting down. How many shifting downs are we doing? So Matt has shifted down, but only 1 into 4th gear. 9. Here you go. So he's got 2 tires left, but they really only have 1 that they can use. That is, if they blow that 2nd tire, The car spins out. They go all the way to first gear, and they basically got to turn around and start their car up again. If they go over those 2 tires that they have, then they'll actually shred their tires, and the car is out of the game.
I believe that'll be my...
So Matt makes the stop. That's a 1-stop turn, and so that's going to fulfill his stop there as he tries to make his way into the second turn, de la piscine.
Okay. Well,
Now Jordan, he's in 4th gear. Does he want to stay,
yeah.
or does he want to
I mean, yeah.
keep being Mr. Danger?
7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah, I would die. It'd be really funny, but I'd just die.
I recommend it.
The players on the board are rooting for him to upshift to 5th gear.
Okay, yeah.
We have our roll. He rolls a 7. Oh, he is unhappy, folks. He is not going to make it into the turn. There's no way. His car is safe from blowing up, but he's going to have to
If I had rolled a
work
flat
his
or a
gear
twelve,
shift.
I would have been able to block him off and just hopefully killed his brakes, and it would have been good. I cannot do that.
And now that he's outside of that turn, he's going to have to be really careful what he decides to roll. He might have to downshift more than he'd want to make sure that he doesn't put himself out of the game. And he definitely doesn't want to go out of the game, playing for those 5 free board games.
I'm going to take a calculated risk and shift up into 5th gear.
Okay, so we have a 5th gear roll. Rolls 14. Looks like a solid roll. Let's see where the count is. He's trying to make up some time here. He might be able to make it out of this turn with minimal tire damage, or just make the turn. If he can make it out of this turn, that really sets him up nice for the next, where he can keep rolling a high die. Not quite enough. He's going to end in the turn. He gets his stop, which is great. So he's safe as far as that concerned.
The turn.
He was aiming to get in the turn.
I'm already low enough on tires and brakes. I'm not going any more down. Unless I have to.
Daniel going up to 5th gear. Rolling the big boy die. He's taking some damage, folks, so he's not sure which car he is. 13. Get that off the board. One interesting thing about Monaco, we mentioned earlier that it is its own country with a monarchy that's been in rule. It's within the borders of France. He's going into 4th gear. In 2002, up until 2002, if they did not have a continuing heir, the country then would have gone over to France. But in 2002, they came to an agreement, a treaty with France. So now's the case that if they did not have a continuing heir, they would remain sovereigns of their country. Much like this game, definitely until 2002, some risk associated with every maneuver they were making. Sandra? Sandra? Sandra's in 6th place. She has her 3 stops. She's rolling out of the corner. She's going up to 3rd gear. She's got to start catching up. She's got to start making some moves. Eight, rolls the full 8. Really needed that. And here comes Matt. Already has a stop in this turn, feeling pretty good. What is he gonna do? Again, if he goes from the turn that he's in into the next turn. That is not a stop. He is downshifting. He chooses only to downshift 1. Here we go, folks. He rolls a 6. And a pity for Matt. He downshifts, but he still goes into the corner, so he does not get the stop. He did not choose to use his gearbox and double downshift. It was a risk, and we'd say that risk didn't pay off as he now has to complete 2 stops already in the corner.
I'm also going to downshift.
Jordan downshifts to 3rd. He isn't in the corner yet, so this will just be his first roll into the corner of the Bureau de Tabac.
Yes, that is exactly what I wanted.
Yes, you heard it, folks. He's going to go and blow 1 more tire.
Fine. Fine. Everything's fine.
You can hear the terror in his voice as he says that.
So he is down to 1 tire. The next tire he blows, if he does blow another next tire, will cause him to spin out, drop him into 1st gear. And if he goes over that 1 spot, he could actually go out of the game and go from 1st or 2nd place all the way to 6th. He's in 3rd here. All right, Nathaniel he's catching up. He's been slow, he's been patient. He's kept those tires. He's got 3 tires left, half of his tires, so he's in a good position. He's calculating now how far he needs to roll.
Probably a bad idea, but I'm gonna stay in 5th gear.
He's taking a chance, folks. He's staying in 5th gear.
Well, I still have my box, so I can go down later.
He rolls a 16. Probably the best thing that he could do here is actually make it all the way through the corner. He's rolled a high roll. He's got a chance on it. That would throw him right into the mix. He's done it! He's done it! He's in 2nd position.
Calculated risk.
He takes 1 tire damage coming out of that corner. Excellent roll. He's going to be in 5th gear, which it will be the one issue he faces going into the next corner.
Staying in 5th. Hold on. He said he counted and said it.
Did I do it wrong?
We're going to have a recount on the board.
Say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16.
16. The roll is correct. The play stands. He overtakes. He's been saving those tires all game. Calculate would give him no room if he was to run into another car. That's gearbox. He's definitely dropping 1. Do you want to drop 2 gearboxes?
No, I do not.
Okay. He's going to go in 3rd gear. He can roll a 4 through 8 on that dice. On that die, excuse me. He rolls the 8. So that was a high-sided number. May not be the best number that you want going into that roll, as now he's going to cut that turn in half or more, and he's still got 1 stop to make. But he does take over 1st position. He's so excited. He forgot his box.
And it was good. Where's the haha?
So Matt Spears coming to beer here as Nathaniel takes over 1st position. We'll see what he has to do about that on his next roll. But right now we've got Jordan up. He's calculating. He says tires schmires. I don't need no tires. I can win this game without tires.
I don't need no tire. Tires are for losers and stuff.
Who needs tires?
He stays in.
Says the person in 3rd place.
He's in 3rd gear, in 3rd place. He rolls an 8. He maxed out that die. I'm not sure that's what he wanted, but he does have a lot of options open to him to make that turn as long as he wants it to be. The maximum number of spaces in that turn is 13.
I wanted to ram into him, but it doesn't work. No, it can work like that. That's fine.
This is very
Trying to be mean, but I can't be mean. So.
Jordan just wishing that this game, that he could ram into a car and bust those cars. There's no rule like that in the game, so he's out of luck. Dr. Danger is going to just have to do the best he can rolling those dice. We got a three-way race for first place right now. We got the
Stay there, which means danger!
danger roll.
Doesn't matter so much at this point.
One! Dr. Danger has taken some body damage.
I really hope you just burn. You just
Matt-
lose all of
Matt
your body
stays
points
safe.
for the last like 3 turns. That would be
Okay,
great.
danger. Okay. And then I get one of these.
You get a stop
That's mildly exciting.
with the danger situation. So we'll see. We'll see what happens with them.
Okay, you guys can go.
Okay. And now our player in fourth position.
Braking, going down 2 gears, using a gear.
Daniel uses a gearbox, goes into third gear. He's got only 1 gearbox left. He's got 6 spaces. He's going to be outside of the Bureau de Tabac turn, and so will easily be able to make a stop on his next roll in that turn. That may give our 5th and 6th position player a chance to catch up. Let's see what Matt can do on his roll. And where you go into 4th gear. He rolls a 9. So all these players played in Board Gamers League in the fall season. Board Gamers League does have its spring season coming up, just starting actually at the beginning of March. In the Board Gamers League spring season 2016, they'll be playing Formula Day as one of their weeks, but they'll also be playing King of New York, Decatur, an independently made game by our judge of this contest, Jim Swift, as well as Carcassonne, Medieval Academy, Castle Panic, Imperial Assaults, Smash Up, and Takinoko, and Citadels. It's going to be an exciting season and lots of gameplay to be had. Matt trying to scoop up as many places as he can. It looks like he's going to get his stop in chicane, but he's really trying to figure out where he wants to be for that next roll as he tries to gain a few more positions. Here comes Sandra to the field. She's in 4th gear. She's gearing up to 5th gear. Gonna try and make something happen here. She rolls the 20. 20 is the most she can roll on that die. She needed a big catch-up roll. She's got the 20. How far will it carry her?
Yes, that's a stop.
Yes.
It's inside.
If you make the stop, make the corner, that's a stop. If you go out of the corner by 1, you lose 1 tire. She makes the corner. She moves into 5th place. She gets the stop.
Engine damage.
Engine damage.
Then
She
I max it again.
She has stressed her engine by rolling that maximum. She rolls a 1 through 4. Oh, engine damage. Danger. Mhm.
It was worth it. It was worth it.
That'd be a very bad decision.
Okay, and that brings us back to that battle between 5th and 6th. Sandra's taking over that 5th position, and now we're coming to the front of our board with our leader Nathaniel, who's made quite some moves to get into the place that he is now. He's shifting down to 2nd. He rolls a 4. He's only got 2 tires left. This might carry him out of that corner. Did you come out of the corner 1? 1 tire damage. So now our leader, Nathaniel, has 1 tire damage.
But I am in a good position.
If he takes another tire damage,
You're at 1 too? Yeah, tire buddy.
if either of these players takes a tire damage, they spin out, and they will. Their car will go down to first gear.
Wait, we take it if we get to 0 or 3?
You'll get to 0 on your next tire damage. You got 1 left.
Okay, so you take damage past 0.
If you take, so you guys are both have 1 tire damage left, and this would be for any player.
Okay.
If they take 1 tire damage, they go to 0. They spin out, and they go all the way down to first
So
gear,
once we hit 0, we spit out.
which is your next one damage is 0.
Cool.
You're still alive. If you hit 2 damage or more,
Yeah, then you're-
then your tires are shredded.
But it will not do that thing.
He rolls a 4. He's not really satisfied with that roll. One of the players, Matt, says, hey, that's better than an 8. Couldn't agree more, as that would have caused Jordan to spin. No editing. Anything that is said here happens.
Yeah, so.
You good?
roll 4,
You're rolling.
So,
So Jordan counting up
1,
those
2, 3,
spaces.
4. And that's where I will lock it. And I got my second stop.
Jordan's got his second stop. He's going to be able to leave that turn without tire damage. Here comes Matt.
I'll be shifting up to 3rd.
He's shifting up to 3rd. He does have cars in front of him. He's got 1 stop. He needs at least 1 more. He rolls a 4. It's going to be a great number to get him a stop. I don't think he's going to take over second position, but let's see. He's considering a danger roll. Does he want to be on the shorter route, or does he want to stay out of danger and go the high side?
Danger, buddy.
Danger!
Danger!
Yeah, that seemed likely.
Okay, no, that was really close.
Oh, man.
1 space away from that 1. We almost had another collision. But as it is, the players are safe. They're lined up first, second, and third. And now, okay, he's taking a risk. He's going to 4th. What are you hoping to accomplish on this roll?
I'm trying to pass the 1 and get closer to the leaders.
Are you trying to get out of this turn or stay in it?
I'm trying to get out of it, trying to avoid it.
He's going to try to overshoot the turn. He rolls a 10. That's going to be close, folks. Nine. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. He's going to make it. He's going to make it. Looks like he's going to make it by 1 space. What a 1 tire damage. What a move. What a risk. He could have got himself caught in a high gear in that turn. Instead, he's out of that, headed into De La Piscine, right on first, second, and third. Remember, they have the tire damage issues up front. He might have a chance to catch. And here comes Sandra, pulled herself out of 6th place back into 5th place by rolling that 5 gear die. And now she's got another difficult choice. Does she try to make it out of that corner, or does she try to downshift enough to stay in? Looks like she's going for it all. She rolls an 18. Big roll here, folks. So she's got 7 to the turn and 7, 14. I think the best she can do is 4 tire damage. Let's see the count. She is going to, jump into 4th position. The only big trouble besides the tire damage is she's not going to have a stop in that turn, so she's really going to have to work that. She's going all the way from the chicane corner through the Bureau de Tabac into the De La Piscine. That's from one corner all the way to a third corner. That's the most corners in one roll that we've seen today. Wow, what a roll. How much tire damage? 1, 2, 3, 4 tire damage. She needs to take a break, otherwise she'll spin out. So you go back one space if you take the break. She could consider using all her brakes and not going into that corner. It'd leave her without any brakes, but she would be outside that corner and get a stop on her next turn.
Yeah, I might do that.
One, and you have one more if you pull. You have a total of 3, so you could back up 2 spaces, and you'd be out of brakes. Now the problem there is you're out of brakes, so Sandra is completely out of brakes. If she rolls into a car, the game is over for her. And she's also got 1 tire damage, 1 more tire damage on your tires. Okay, but what some late game risks on these last 2 rolls. What a great roll.
Yep, I'm gonna go for it too.
Matt is following suit. And we're going to have a 6-horse race here, I think. Oh, no, he rolls a 19. But he's got a lot. You got a lot of road to work with. You got a lot of road to work with. He can get all the way on the high side.
The problem is he has to run it.
17. What a roll, folks. 19.
That worked better than I thought.
Actually, he's moved himself into 4th position because he's got the inside turn.
Do you guys roll for danger?
No, there's been no danger rolls. We'll do all those. But amazing roll. How much, did you mark your tire damage?
Yeah, I took 2.
He's 2. He's down to 2. He moved himself all the way into 4th position. They're all outside the turn, meaning they're going to get stops. What a finish.
Okay, so
Let's
I
do
got
some
1
danger rolling. Before we do, Matt, before we do your danger roll, let's do the one we forgot, which was Sandra and Daniel. Sandra is clear of the danger. Daniel is clear of the danger. Now Matt on his roll, and Daniel has to re-roll. They're all free of danger. Oh my gosh, what an exciting finish we're having here, folks. These backside players are really, really pushing themselves forward, trying to make it a 6-horse race. Now we're back to the front end. Let's see what our leader can do.
I'm shifting up into 3rd gear.
He's shifting up into 3rd gear. He's
8. That's not the best. That's not the worst.
Dangerous. Yeah, it's good.
so he rolls an 8.
Yeah, so it's fine.
Now I need to slow down.
He is outside the turn, so this is going to be a stop for him.
When they come up, try to let them say in the microphone what they're going to do with their gears.
Okay.
I'm gonna stop there. All right, this is getting intense.
Don't forget your box.
Oh yeah. Why do I keep doing that? My bad. Oh my.
Okay, Jordan's got the inside track in a neck-to-neck race. What are you trying to do here, Jordan?
I need to do math. Oh no, I don't need to do math. Yeah, it's pretty tough. I forgot you had to go straight because that makes it pretty tough. Yeah, so I'm gonna downshift.
So he is downshifting. And say, why would he do that? Well, he's still got to get out of this turn.
I'd have to go straight out of the turn. And I don't really want to go that far, straight out of the turn. So it's gonna be fine.
He rolls a 4. Great roll. He's out of that turn. So on his next roll, he'll get a stop in the next turn. And he's hoping to set himself to charge up that gearbox as he goes around. Here comes Matt.
This time I have to do math too.
Matt has his 2 stops. He can exit this turn with no tire damage. Question is, how far is he going to try and go?
Shifting up to 4th.
He's shifting up. Shifting up to 4th. This rolls a 12. He maxed out the die. You hear the groans. He's going to have himself a lot of work to do to make those stops and be able to come out of that turn with only his 2 tires. No stops at this point. No stops. He's considering using some of his brakes. He's got himself in quite a predicament.
Oh, whoa. He rolled the 4th gear. I didn't see that.
He hasn't yet, but he's going to overshoot.
He cannot exit that turn without 1 stop, or that's it. You've got it's a 2 turn, so he needs at least 1 stop, or his car actually crashes.
It'll work out. It'll work out.
Matt's got some confidence. Are you set there?
Yep, that is my...
Okay, that is his position. He's in 4th gear. He's got 2 spots to make his turn next round.
I'm gonna take 1 gearbox.
Matt's taking a gearbox. He rolls a 5. He's got his first stop. It's heating up as we come into these final turns. Now here comes our 5th position player, Sandra. She did a big roll, if you remember, in 5th gear to get into this position. She's outside the turn. This next roll in is going to be a stop. Is she going to use any gearboxes? Is she going to roll it out and try to take over positions? She's going for it, folks. She's rolling that 4th gear die.
Do or die at this point. Do or die. Yes, that was quite funny, wasn't it?
Oh, God, don't.
She rolls a 10. She does have a lot of track to work with. She can try to maximize the spaces to give her a chance on that second roll. But she does have 1 stop, so she can roll out of the turn without blowing up. She would just take tire damage. She only has 3 tire damage left, but only might be the wrong word there, as all of our leaders are down to their last tire or 2 tires. So that might be a big difference for her coming in or out of this turn.
I can only imagine how insane this would be on a 2-lap race.
And just for clarification, the danger spot on the road you can drive over. It is not, you roll for damage, but it's not a space that's blocked. It's just a damage roll. She's got a difficult choice to make here. She was probably hoping to get a few less numbers on that die roll.
Mind if I look at this?
Go ahead.
Sitting down, you're like right next to the way of Joe.
That's 1 stop.
One stop and you're there. So Sandra's one stop. She's at the front, the finishing end of that corner. She can come out without blowing up. It's just a question of how much tires she's going to use.
Staying in fourth.
Okay, staying in fourth gear. No guts, no glory. It was a difficult roll for Sandra. He pulls a 9. Let's see what he makes out of it. So he is down also at the end of that corner with only one stop. They are just fighting to get into that first, second, or third place position, and that's causing them to have to press their luck here. And now we are back to our first position player. As Matt makes his way around, he was kind of observing what happened at the back end.
So it looks like I'm going to take my free downshift. I will use the gear shift to go down one more and blow my last brake to make it down to first.
So he goes all the way down to first gear. So he will be able to make the corner. That die only rolls a 1 or 2, so no matter what, he won't blow up and go out of the game. But he can't crash into any cars. He's going to be pulling out of that spot from first gear, and so he's going to have to travel up the gears.
Yeah, it's going to be a long road. Long road.
Here comes Nathaniel, who's worked himself into second place position in the Board Gamers League finale. He had quite an amazing roll back at the chicane corner to propel himself amongst the leaders, and now he's been battling it out as he goes around the board.
Let's see. If I take third gear, I have a 50% chance of dying and a 50% chance of gaining the lead. But if I take second gear, I will definitely not be in the lead, but I have 0 chance of dying.
You heard it there, folks. Let's see what he chooses. Correct. Nathaniel gears down. He doesn't want to risk it. 3 spaces. He made his second stop. He's clear. We definitely need that.
There's a very lack of danger here, is what I noticed.
There's no danger.
Danger! No, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to roll this nice die. This die is very nice to me. Everything's going to be fine. I'm going to be a bit sensitive.
Rolls a 3. Gets his first stop.
Yes, that is what I would like to be doing right now. So that's my first stop. Did you put that there?
All right, so
Sandra just rolled the 3. Sandra just rolled a 3, and she's figuring out where she wants to move. She's going to take 2 tire damage here. She's really lucky she didn't roll that 4. She had a 50-50 chance of doing that. And she would have spun out and lost her last tire. As it is now, she's going to be able to stay in second gear. And there it is.
Burning my last gearbox, going down to second gear.
Okay, so Daniel goes into second gear. He cannot drop a gearbox the rest of this game. He's only got 2 tires himself, so he's trying to not spin out here. He rolls a 3. He's down to 1 tire. I think we have 4 players that have 1 tire left. Here comes Matt. He's already got 1 stop.
I think I'm staying in third.
Third is a good gear. Third and second, probably the most useful.
What is?
He decides to stay in third. He rolls the 8. He is a little disappointed with that roll. So he uses 1 brake, 1 tire. So he saves himself from spinning out by just using 1 brake. Otherwise, he was over his tires. And so now Matt Jung has joined the 1 tire club.
5 out of our 6 players only have 1 tire.
We will do a count as we go through our players here on this turn, but I believe we're at 4 or 5 players with 1 tire. Matt's got 2, so he's actually ahead in tires at this point. But he has no brakes. He's going up to 2nd gear.
No, I'm staying in first.
Oh, no, excuse me, he stayed in first. He rolls a 2.
I'll lose my final tire.
He lost his final tire. We have a spin out. So he's backwards now. When he starts the next round, he'll turn his car around. He'll roll out of 1st gear. And now Matt joins 1 or less tires. It's you. Nathaniel is coming around. He's in our 1 tire club.
All right, I'm staying in second. I could go for a 2 or a 3 or a 4. 2 or 3 preferably.
Now he has all his stops, so he's not going to spin out. He rolled a 2, which is actually going to keep him in 2nd position on the next go-around. But he's got all his tires. He hasn't spin out. 3 players in the lead. 1, 2, 3. 3 players with 1 tire left as Jordan comes over with our official 3rd member of the 1 tire club.
Yeah, I like being the official 3rd member. I have a nice pin to prove it. All right, so
2nd gear, 1 stop. What are you doing?
what do you think I'm going to do?
I can't tell you. I'm the announcer.
I'm going up to 3rd gear. That's what I'm doing.
All right, going up to 3rd gear. He wants some danger. He's asking for it.
I like danger.
He could blow a tire here, folks.
I could break, I guess.
He's trying to get as far forward as he can, considering using a brake. I think if he used a brake, he'd jump into that middle lane. It's going to be a big roll coming out. You can see those 3. Matt's turned around in 1st position. He's going to be rolling that 1st gear dice. Nathaniel will be trying to blow past him, take over 1st position. He'll really be stretching if he's got the gearbox for it to get into the next corner. Jordan is still in this corner. So if he goes into the next corner, he could have a stopping issue. And I think that is why he's really considering this. Where does he want to be? Where can he stretch his die far enough so that he can either be right before that next corner or be in the long position so he can try to get the stop on a 2nd roll. Okay, you have your second stop.
Thank you.
Okay, now our fourth position player, Sandra, is coming around. She actually has 2 tires left. She's going to third gear. She rolls the 7. That's the marker. So Sandra's into the turn. She's got her first stop. She's checking her final numbers, making sure that's what she wants to do. All these turns at the end, they're so critical. Comes Matt.
Gonna go into second gear.
Rolls the 3. He's gonna get his first stop for the turn. He'll have a lot of runway to work with on his next roll. He is in the 1 tire club. So that's 4 out of 5 players we've seen with 1 tire or less. And here comes Daniel to the table. Shifting the 3rd gear. He shifts the 3rd gear. 3rd gear. And Daniel are 6 players in the 1 tire club, so it's official. We've got 5 players with 1 tire or less out of the 6 players in the game. He rolls a 6. Takes the long side of the turn and has his first stop. What an amazing corner we have here, guys. We can see all the players. They're all bunched up. At the middle of the game, we had a massive lead. But you can see how now we've got a lot of catch-up. So it's going to be a fantastic finish going into this very last turn. Matt is turning his car around. He's going to have to start it off in 1st gear here as he spun out. He rolls a 1. And here
I'm shifting up into 3rd gear.
now 1 second here. 3rd gear. What are you trying for here?
The corner.
If you hit that corner in 3rd gear, you're going to make that stop. He'll be able to roll out of that corner from 3rd gear. What do you need to make that corner?
A 7 or an 8, 50-50 odds, given...
Here we are, guys. 7 or 8 could show us a winner. He's got the 7. He's got the 7. He's in the corner.
I barely make that stop.
He's got the stop. He's free to fly to the finish line.
Is he though? Should I turn in these now? Danger! I'm shifting into 4th gear, guys. That's what's happening right now.
So he's into 4th gear. And he's going to try to go as fast as he go. He rolls a 9. Oh!
Or does that count as a head?
He'll be ahead in that spot because he's at the turn. You also don't have a stop.
Oh, shoot. I forgot that. Yeah, I totally didn't see that. Stayed in. Oh, shoot, what's this?
So Jordan rolls a 9. He's going to that corner. He has to stay as far lane as.
Yeah, I thought. I totally forgot about the stop thing. Otherwise, I just would not have rolled that die. I would have just rolled this die. Yeah. Yeah, that really sucks.
Jordan, we know you're all a great player. Not every game you can finish in first place. The question, though, is where you will finish. You definitely will still have, if he can make the corner and not blow up his car, we'll have a shot at second. We'll have a shot at third. First, second, third, and fourth in the Board Gamers League are all considered placement positions. Our first place position is champion. Our second place position is the ace.
All right. Well, just go with that then.
Okay. Thank you, Jordan. That's it. So he's got no stop. Sandra, you're up. Now Sandra has, do you have a one stop? She needs a second stop. She does have 3 tires. She's got a little bit of a luxury. She's the only player with more than 1 tire.
Not much luxury, no. Not that much luxury.
So she's shifting down in.
I don't know if that's a good idea or not, but I guess we'll go for it.
She rolls a 4. Uh-oh. Yes. So she's counting it out. She's going to take 2 damage either way. That will put her down to her last tire. Sandra, how does it feel to be an official member of the One Tire Club?
It feels amazing.
1 tire.
Staying in third gear. Staying in third gear.
He's got 1 stop. He's got about 8 spaces. He should safely make this corner as with a second stop. Is he coming out of the corner? He's only got 1 tire. If he doesn't make this, he's counting up. It looks like he might come out of the corner. This would be another spin out if he can't stay in the corner.
I'll stay back one and burn a brake.
He burns a brake, saves himself for a spin out, makes his second stop. Matt's already got 1 stop. He's got plenty of runway to work with.
Moving up to third gear.
Rolls the 8, maximum number on that die. Probably the number he wanted in his position. Wait a second. He also could come out of that corner and use his last tire, but he has a brake. He's going to use a brake on that roll. He's forced to use another brake, but he saves himself the spin out. He got a second stop, and we have a danger roll. And you also have your second stop there. We make our way back up. Nathaniel is coming around. He's made his stops.
Okay, good. I knew it was 1, but I was really nervous, so I had to check again. Upshifting to 4th.
He rolls an 8. It's a straightaway to the finish for Nathaniel. The only player close enough to challenge is Jordan, but he doesn't have his stops complete.
All right, so that's it.
All right, time to fix my mistakes. There's the gearbox. I'm gonna skip a gear. Boop.
He's got a 2 to 4. He's got 3. 3's the most he can do. If he rolls a 4 here, he will spin out.
No, then I just use a brake.
He's got a brake left.
We're fine.
He's got a brake.
Everything's fine, guys. See, it's a 4. It's fine. It's fine.
He rolls a 4. He has to use a brake.
I have a pretty good chance of calling.
He's got his stop.
I do have my stop now.
And
important.
he will be able to race for the finish, but it is going to give the other players a chance to get in there for their own stop and possibly come out in a higher gear. Here comes Matt. He's going to go into his second gear.
Yep.
If he can get, this is a big roll. If he can get a 4, he can race for the second place. Oh, he's only got a 2. He's not going to make it into the turn.
Yep. That's how the die falls.
Sandra is next to play.
All right, let's do or die.
What are you going to roll here?
Oh, the perfect roll. I'm not sure what that is, but we'll just try for this. This third gear.
Before you roll, you're in third gear. If you can get into that turn, you'll complete a stop because you're out of the turn. That was not a roll. You'll complete a stop because you're out of the turn. What do you need to get into the turn? Let's count it out. Need at least a 6. So you need at least a 6 to get in the turn. The die goes from 4 to 8. If she doesn't get in the turn, then she'll be in a situation where she's going to have to roll a short dice. It's a big roll. Could possibly give her anywhere from second to third place. She rolls the 8. She can make the turn. Can she make the turn without coming out? She doesn't have any tires. She cannot come out of that turn, and she has no brakes to pull one back. She's in the turn. She's got her stop. She's in third gear. She is officially playing for second position.
Yeah, I think you're gonna shifting to fourth gear. Shifting to fourth gear.
He rolls an 11. Ooh, that's not enough. That's not enough because he will not have a stop. That is not enough. He can't stay in that turn because he won't have a stop, but he's got a dilemma because he's only got one tire and one brake. Let's look at this count out. He can come down to the short side of the turn, but he might not have enough brakes to make it. Let's see. If he stays in the turn, he hasn't completed his stops, and so we'll have a real difficult challenge on the next roll. He's used both his brakes, staying on the high side. He has a danger roll. And that's going down to second. Rolls a 4. Second to sixth position is very much in the air. But we have Nathaniel coming up. This could be his last roll. He could. Oh, there's one more. There's one more danger roll before you do your roll. That's all right. There's a lot of danger on this track. Nathaniel, what gear are you going to go into?
Going into 5th gear.
Going into the 5th gear, 11 to 20. Cross to the finish line here, and he is the official champion of the Board Gamers League 2015 fall season. He's through. Congratulations. Congratulations. Big round of applause. Nathaniel, tell us a little bit about your season. What do you think about all the games you played and then making it to this finale? How do you feel?
I feel pretty good. I liked the games in this season except for Imperial Assault. Did not like that one. Yeah, it was very fun and exciting. I met a lot of nice people.
When you started the season, did you think you were going to be in the Board Gamers League finale?
Not really.
And when you got here today, did you think you'd make it through the semifinal game?
Yes.
And when you started this game, were you feeling that confident?
No.
Congratulations, Nathaniel. The grand prize for you will be 5 board games, but we'll get to that after we finish up here and see who's going to finish 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, still competing for the ace position, as well as some other prizes that we have. Jordan, are you up here?
I am up.
Jordan is up.
Danger.
Mr. Danger.
Danger.
He's going to.
It's not a good time. Nothing's a good time. Everything's bad.
He's going to 3rd gear. He's just got the race to the finish now. He reroll. He misses the box. 8. So he did do what he needed to do. He's got as much distance between him and the next car, which I believe is Sandra's. So it's really going to come down to whether Sandra can roll past him or not. Considering which lane that he wants to be in, I'm sure it's a strategy to make it more difficult for Sandra to pass him by causing her to have to switch lanes and get maybe an extra die roll, an extra number on the die roll. All right, Jordan's roll is in. And 3rd position, we have Daniel, but he does not have the stops yet. Yep, Daniel's ahead by just the slimmest of margins, but he doesn't have a stop. What are you going to try to do here?
I just scanned over. I literally have no way to survive this. So, I'll see how I go out.
He rolls a 7. Wait. But you blow up. You won't finish. You'll be in 6th place.
Yeah, I don't have any chance. I don't have anything. I don't have anything.
He rolls a 7. Danger roll. He blows up his tires. Daniel has officially finished 6th place. Yeah. Great roll, great finish. Way to finish with some.
It was fun.
Some danger, right? Thanks very much, Daniel. Let's put him right here so we can remember him. Sandra, who's been battling 5th and 6th all game, is now rolling for a chance to maybe be our ace. Hold on, what gear are you in?
4th gear.
4th gear. What do you need to pass Jordan on this roll? They're counting it out. Do you need a 10 or an 11? Let's count. What is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So a 10. So a 10 on this die will give her the lead roll next round. She rolls a 7. She rolls a 7. Jordan's gonna have a roll. Terrible roll.
I could also roll terribly.
But Jordan's gonna have to see if he can get past the finish line. Oh my gosh. She rolled a 7, the lowest number she could roll on that die.
Oh my gosh. That was ridiculous.
Oh my gosh. What a finish. What a finish.
Great.
I need to inspect this D8, see if I'm up for danger.
Who isn't up for danger?
I have to decide if I want to finish or,
Go out in style?
or go out in style. Yeah. Ah.
Don't do danger. Don't do danger. I'm always advising you. And I've been saying danger all game.
So what I'm looking at is there are only 2 8s on this die, and I can safely make it to my stop if I roll anything but those 8s. But back here I needed to roll a 1 or a 2 3 times, and I rolled a 2 3 times. So I feel like Lady Luck owes me, but I can't trust her to pay out.
If you overshoot, you just spin out, so you're not dead.
I'm already down to 0 times.
You do spin if you only overshoot by 1. He is correct. You still just spin out. But if you spin out at that point, you're still in 5th place. Yeah.
No, we're just gonna take it out as 4.
He rolls a 4. Great consolation prize on that. He makes it into the best roll that he could. He's got his stop. He'll be able to move up into 3rd gear and see how high he can finish.
It all comes down to luck at this point. Like,
Going up into 3rd gear.
Rolls a 6. He should make the corner. He has 1 brake, 1 tire, so he needs to stay in the corner.
yeah.
Made it. You got your stop.
Yep.
Okay.
Nice roll, Matt. Okay.
Second place, yeah.
Hold on now. Hold on now.
holding.
Hold on now.
Holding.
Where are we? Where are you in your gears?
I'm at 3rd gear currently, and I can shift up to 4th gear if I would like.
Okay, and what do you need to cross? What do you need to cross that finish line?
I need a 9, so I'm definitely going to shift up to 4th gear.
Okay. This die rolls from 7 to 12.
Yeah,
If-
let's see the odds on this. So there's one. I think there's 2 7s. And 1. I see 1. Oh, 2 8s.
2 8.
So that's a
It's 4.
4 out of 12 chance, which is a 1/3 chance that I lose, and then a 2/3 chance that I win. And I don't like they are above half and half odds, but we'll
Too many odds. Let's roll the dice.
luck hates me, so it's gonna be good. And 7. Okay,
That's a reroll. That's a reroll. It was an 8,
It was
folks.
an 8.
It was an 8.
dice, please just stop. You're gonna kill me before I get to roll. Stop
It's
it.
another reroll.
Fantastic.
It's a 7. Oh my gosh. It gives Sandra another chance.
Redemption. Oh, the 7s.
Jordan's shaking his head. Here comes Sandra. What gear are you going
I'm
into?
going into 5th most.
She
most
rolls an 11 to
definitely.
20. What do you need?
Come on,
What do you
come
need?
on,
Whoa, 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 whoa.
It's there.
What do you need? What do you need? It's 11 to 20.
Oh my gosh.
It's
12 and above. No, 12 and above, please. Come on.
11! Oh my gosh, one number on the die. Is she still in? Oh my gosh. Sandra still passes. She does make the finish line.
You gotta be kidding me.
It's just really funny at this point.
All right.
Okay, thank you very much. This is hilarious. Okay, Matt rolls an 8. Oh, wait. Matt, hold on. Are you switching out? Matt's rolled the 8. Thank you, Matt. Okay. Here comes our other Matt.
I shift up into third. And,
Shifting up into third. He was in first and second through most of the game. Trying to see if he can capture any other spots. Sandra comes up. She's got the lead over Jordan in position, so she will roll first. I don't think there's a way she can miss,
Yeah.
but she does roll the six-sided die.
I'm just gonna roll the six-sided die just to say I rolled a six-sided die. 28.
And you are through. You are the ace of Board Gamers League.
Thank you very much. I somehow managed to cross the finish line, even in a minivan.
From 6th place to 2nd place. Great game. Jordan, come on up.
I'm going to shift up to 5th gear just to take some more engine damage, I hope.
Perfect. I hope you roll a 20, Mr. Danger.
It'd be fun. It'd be a great way to go out with danger. Danger! Oh, that was a 14. That wasn't very exciting. But,
Wait, hold on, Jordan. Officially, Sandra wants her card across.
oh yeah, that'd be important.
Yes. You don't have to do the full 28. Just cross the line. Boom, you're there. She's in. Congratulations, Jordan. Finishing 3rd place in the Board Gamers League championship game. He's in 5th gear. He should have enough. 14. He's through. And Matt, you are in 4th place in the league. Congratulations. Matt, let's make it official here.
I'll shift up to 4.
Rolls a 10. One more roll will do it, and he'll get to roll the 5th gear die. 19, he's across, 5th place in the 2015 Fall Season Board Gamers League Championship. Congratulations. A great season. Great season to all the players, and thank you very much for joining Board Gamers League.